Hello and welcome to Virtual Tips. Today I want to talk to you about the benefits of annotation. This is your ability to share something on your screen and then to mark on it as you're talking through it. You can do it as the host, or you can actually invite other people to mark on the screen that you shared as well. So I have a couple demo slides we're going to show you in a moment. So I'm sharing my entire screen. I'm going to show you my Zoom room, and then I'm going to share a little bit some of the slides I've made and show you how you can use your annotation. So let me begin with opening up the Zoom room. All right, and now I'm going to share within my Zoom room my browser. All right, and you can see we're back on the opening slide. Let me move this down just a little bit. You'll notice that what comes up is in your bar up along the top is the option of annotate. So I'm going to click on that, and it gives you this whole entire sub bar. And each one, this is so that you can gain control of your mouse and you can begin to activate the window that you're sharing. This is to select something. Here you can type in text. Here you can draw. You can draw circles that are shaded in, solid objects, hollow objects. You can draw lines or squiggly lines. You can free draw. These are stamps that you can make. I'll show you them in a moment. Here's the two types of spotlighting we can do. One is with a hover glow and one is with an arrow. Here's how you erase everything. You get an eraser. Here's your color formatting that you can do. We have undos and redos. This is how you can clear either all the drawings or just the drawings that you made or just the drawings that other viewers made. And then you have the option of saving, which is not often used. So let's go ahead and let me show you a sample slide. And I'm going to click off annotation and I'm going to go over to the slide that I made some. So let's say you're starting off here with an agenda slide. So, and you've shared it, so you're talking about it. You jump up to annotate, you go to your spotlight, and you can do, let's say, an arrow. So you're just talking down through your agenda. First, we're going to talk about the value consistency has in treatment. Then, why daily activities are important. Then we're going to do a quick start process for the first 4 sessions. And then we're going to be flexible with the model. So you're just using your arrow as you move down and pointing to what you're talking about. And then when you're done, you can simply do clear all drawings and you're ready to begin. You can also use, instead of the arrow, you could use the highlighter. All right, so you can actually, it follows with your mouse, so you can just hover right where you're talking and they can see this glow little spot moving along. Now, I had to turn on accessibility features on my computer in order to be able to access that. So that's how you can use the spotlighting option. Now, stamps. What are stamps good for? Well, stamps can be used for maybe you're doing an activity together or you're talking through things. So we can activate stamps. So we've talked about this, we've talked about this, we've talked about this. You notice that I'm going to put it over here on the side. All right, we talked about each of these, and you're just checking them off as you go down the list or going through the activity. And it's, you can do that yourself, or you can have them. I want you to put down something that you love, the best ones, or maybe you're talking and you're saying, well, pick 3 of the best, and then you're highlighting the 3 that were picked by the group, and you've used the stamp of the heart. Or which ones do you want to talk about? And so we use the question mark. So depending on the questions that you're asking and what you've put up on your screen, you can use these annotations to help track. It's keeping everyone kind of together. It's like putting out a map and then marking the map based on one of the different things that you want to deal. What's your favorite? Okay, which one are we not going to do today? Okay, we're not going to do this one. So you have those kind of options. Let me go up here. I'm going to clear all the drawings again. All right. And then you have the draw options. Well, let me switch to another screen where you might actually do So you want power of your mouse, click back to the mouse. All right, then I'm going to click over to another slide. So here's a very confusing image, and everyone's eyes could be going everywhere. So what you might want to do is actually highlight what you're talking about. So I want to talk about these classifications of drugs right here. All right, I'm going to clear and say, okay, now let's talk about this classification over here. All right, and I can hit the select button and then move the object around. So it may be that I just draw one circle, and then we're going to talk about these. Now let's talk about these. And I'm just moving my circle around, as we're talking about each of the different types of classifications of drugs. I'm going to clear my drawings again. And you can also draw. So I want to talk about this stuff right here. So drawing with my mouse. Psychotics, what are they all about? So you can highlight that way as well. Yeah, in that kind of fashion. That also works, for example, let me grab my mouse by clicking on the mouse, click on this other slide, and we'll take a look at it as another possible option. Okay, notice it carried my annotation over, so let me clear the drawing. So here's a chart, this might be a good place for you to say, look, this is kind of what I'm talking about here, this right here, or this is an important word for us to remember, or remember, application makes it effective. And so these kind of things really help with visual cues that help with connectivity with your client. The last thing I want to show you on the annotation, clear all drawings again, come over to text, is you can come in and you can write type something in. So I'm going to go back over here to this image, and then I'm going to write a text in it. So it just gives me a text box. Abuse is easy. All right. So you can actually add text right into. So you could take a blank sheet, for example, and you could build something into it. Let me grab my mouse, show you maybe over here. So let's say you have some items here, and you could use a text to actually put in. Now you would have to make sure you were a little better prepared than that, than I was there, because I have the word text in there and I have a blue background. You can always change your color. So let's go to red, see if it changes my text. Text I am typing. So you could actually do kind of an activity where you've given some answers, or you're taking suggestions from the group and you're typing them in the boxes, and everyone's beginning to see. And then maybe it's like, who has something to share today? And you're writing that in, and then you come over to start stamping which ones are the most important for us to talk about today. All right, it's this one and this one and this one. So annotations is an excellent way for you to kind of increase the ability of your group or your individual and staying on track with what you're sharing. All right, go out there and do a great job.